Management Committee. Can you explain to us what is this committee all about?
This is the committee in charge of coordinating all the reform projects of the Supreme Court. And the reform projects fall under 4 categories. There's component A. This is improving access to justice and improving case adjudication. 2, we have component B, which is improving institutional integrity. The third one is component C, which is improving institutional capacity. And the last one is encouraging multisectoral support. And that would include, as I mentioned, the IBP, the community, civil society. So this is a very comprehensive plan. This was well thought out. This was scholarly done since the time of Chief Justice Davide. But in the early part, we have been trying to study. We just cannot implement reforms without conducting studies. So studies were done. And you just do not give computers left and right. There is you need needs assessment. You just do not say that, this office should be given 4 computers or 5 computers. You need a thorough study. There is a need to see to it that the financial measures and the budgeting of the judiciary is being done in accordance with well-studied criteria.
So the management committee, that's the main committee.
Yes, it's the mother committee.
You have mother committee, and you have 4 subcommittees.
Yes.
Now, you had the mother committee and the subcommittees. No, the subcommittees.
You chair one of them.
Yeah, you jumped the gun on me. So the 4 subcommittees are headed by different justices.
Yes. And I think what we have here is a unique arrangement. We were told that there's nowhere in the world where justices are actively involved in judicial reform. They usually focus only their attention to writing decisions. But here, the justices are taking active part in judicial reform. All the committees are headed by a justice and usually also assisted by 2 or 3 associate justices.
And do you actually meet on a regular basis?
Yes, you know when the Hall of Justice in Angeles City was being constructed, we meet every Monday.
So that's also part of the management program. That's included in the management program.
We have 2 pilot courts. One is in Lapu-Lapu and the other one is in Angeles City.
Which brings me to another question, because I see lawyers from Manila. Most of them are my friends. Ang tanong ikaw din pala in charge ng Halls of Justice, di ho ba? Sa committee mo. Ang tanong nila, saan ho yung Manila Hall of Justice?
Malapit na.
Malapit na. Can you tell us if funding has been already secured?
Yes, sa GSIS, the former GSIS property in Arroceros, and we already set aside more than enough money for that.
Oh, will it be?
I think 1 billion something.
I think it's 1.8 billion for the court in Manila Hall of Justice. Okay. Kaya ata nandito yung mga Manila lawyers, yun natang gustong pakinggan
There are 108 salas in Manila that should be housed in that Hall of Justice, and I think we will add 10 more so that we will see to it that expansion in the future will be possible. Because there might be new salas created in Manila.
Yeah. And all these programs, no, that you have been undertaking, di ba? And all these meetings, all the things that you have done, no. Ang tanong ko dun meron ba tayong sufficient funding? Kasi iba yung meeting tayo ng meeting ng meeting eh. Meron ba tayong sufficient funding to fund all these programs? Computerization, Hall of Justice, enhancement, lahat. Meron ba tayong funding dyan, Justice Tess?
Meron tayo. Yeah, yes, we have. We have some funds allocated for that. But computerization is really very expensive. If we think of the entire nation or the entire judiciary, we need a lot more money to be able to do that. But for piloting, I think we can.
Yeah, there was another. I do not know if you can answer this question. I understand you are also the one in charge of the World Bank loan. Yes. What committee is that?
Part of the management, it's under the MANCOM, it's under the management committee.
It's also part of the JRSP? Yeah, it's part of the management committee, MANCOM.
The entire reform program consisting of these 4 components are funded by World Bank. But the term of the loan already ended last June.
Yeah, I ask you this because there were concerns, a lot of concerns. Everybody probably read items in newspaper that there was something wrong with the manner a part of the loan was spent. Can you tell us how much is that amount involved?
I think the amount of $115,000
No,
were treated as ineligible.
Yeah.
Not illegal or irregular. Treated as ineligible.
That $115,000 is how much percentage of the whole loan?
That's a small percentage because the loan was about $21 million.
So $115 was considered
ineligible.
so in local auditing, if it is a government money, it is an amount that is disallowed.
No, it's not disallowed.
Oh, it's not even disallowed.
It's there is just a problem about where to charge this amount. Should it be should it be charged to the government counterpart fund or to the World Bank loan? You know, the World Bank sometimes would ask that expenses be agreed upon. Like for instance, just to give an example, well, this was not the ineligible expenditures. I had nothing to do with them. This was done at the project management level.
Yeah.
So we are not engaged in the disbursement of funds. None of the justices ever touch any money in that World Bank loan. We have nothing to do with it. Now,
what happened? What happened with that query?
Yes,
because there was from the reports that the World Bank was trying to secure an explanation from the court through you. What happened with that?
There was a request that the matter be discussed, but according to them, we can point out errors in their aid memoir. So originally the amount I think was about $160,000 US. Then after some discussions, it went down to $115,000. Now this amount were spent on the, say, payment of an employee of the court who lectured about docket congestion. So the allowance given to that Supreme Court official was considered ineligible. So they're saying that should be paid by the GOP,
the counterpart
fund. Now, someone was invited to go abroad to to share information about our mobile courts, the IJAW, our mobile courts. And they said that it should not be charged to that. We had a visitor, the Chief Justice of Guam, who was treated to lunch in one of the restaurants here in Adriatico. They said that was not agreed upon with the bank, so that was that was considered ineligible. Those are minor expenditures, nothing spectacular about the disbursement of those funds. And I'd like to point out, ineligible does not mean irregular. It also mean that it only mean that it should not be charged to the loan, because according to them, you did not secure our agreement. So that means if somebody lectured or somebody went abroad, you have to secure the consent of the World Bank that it should be.
In other words, if there was no consent, that should not have been sourced from the loan from World Bank,
yes,
from the counterpart loan.
So if you will look at the aid memoir, many of the objections there would be not agreed with the bank, not agreed with the bank. So the bank did not say it's irregular or it is unlawful. It's just that there should have been prior agreement with the bank, with the World Bank.
Aside from your work as a vice or working chairperson, you explain to us what do you mean by working chairperson?
In the first division?
Yes.
Yes. As working chairperson, I perform the same functions as the division chair. Review all the reports being submitted by the members of my division. See to it that the agenda are prepared on time. See to it that the minutes are approved by the justices, and also that they are released. If there is any resolution that needs to be released in advance, I need to see to it that there is a good reason for that, so that is elevated to me for approval. Then I also review the ponencias of the other justices in the same way that
they review also your
review
ponencia.
also my ponencia. And unfortunately, the sharing, I do not get the same
number
of cases in comparison with the other division, the regular division chairperson. So I get the full number of cases allotted to a member of the division.
In other words, you are an acting chairperson, because actually the chairperson of the first division is the Chief Justice.
Yes, the chief.
Because the Chief Justice has many things to do, instead of the Chief Justice presiding the first division, the fourth senior member of the court shall act as the chairperson, working chairperson of the first division, because the Chief Justice is the presiding officer of the en banc sessions.
Yes, and so because of that, since I perform the same work as as the other division chair, I should get. The number of cases assigned to me should also be reduced.
Yeah. I was reading.
But that has not been done for 2 years.
Yeah. Dito may tanong dito eh. Kailan dapat pati ako tinanong din eh. Ito, itong tanong. I will